Is brought to you by Mike Shaw Toyota's incredible sale. Right now, drive off in a new Camry LE or RAV4 for just $199 per month. Only at Mike Shaw Toyota. Now, Chris 6 News at 6 continues.
And welcome back. A healthy economy is a strong indicator of a thriving city. Now that means not only job opportunities, but also having the workforce to fill those positions. And tonight, our Nikila Pradier explores the future of our local economy as we continue our special series, Where Do We Go From Here?
Well, Lee, many experts resort to one word when talking about Corpus Christi's chance for a flourishing economy in the future: potential. But if the present is any indicator, they're confident that there will be economic growth and opportunity over the next 10 to 20 years. And now is the time to make sure our population is ready for it.
Now is the time to play it out, what the employment trend is going to be for the next 10 years.
And areas that are expected to trend upward are the industrial, oil and gas, and energy sectors. It's probably no surprise with the boom we're already seeing at the Port of Corpus Christi and in San Patricio County.
The amount of investments that are being made that are in the billions of dollars aren't being made because this is a flash in the pan. These companies are very, very major investors, and they see long-term benefits for our community, and they see the energy sector being very important for our community for decades to come.
Even with companies like Cheniere and Exxon pouring major money into these projects, Dr. Jim Lee, professor of economics at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, points out that the local jobs market has much more to offer.
The economy of Corpus Christi, the metro area, is very diversified.
That includes plenty of public sector jobs to go along with those in the private sector. In fact, the Corpus Christi Independent School District is the region's largest employer with about 6,000 employees. Then there are our local military bases, Corpus Christi Army Depot and Naval Air Station Corpus Christi.
These two together employ close to 10,000 workers, plus civilians. So these sectors, that's why we've been fighting very hard to keep, to keep their existence.
Those are jobs that we know exist in the here and now and will also likely be around for decades ahead. But if there is an industry of the future that will have plenty of demand, experts say it's healthcare.
Not necessarily be in the nursing or medical professional, but the healthcare industry has been growing tremendously, and it's the biggest non-public sector in Corpus Christi.
The other high demand industry of the future, business and professional services.
We're talking accountants, auditors, IT personnel, administrative assistants. We're going to see a growth of about 26% through the year of 2026. That's a big demand for those different occupations.
Monica De La Garza with Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend says one of the main reasons for that demand is because of the industrial renaissance.
A lot of those jobs are construction-based or industry-based, but then you're going to need the back end of that, the people that will support the office, that will support the system, that will support the company.
And although nothing is guaranteed, experts say our current economic resurgence could be the foundation of a solid future.
Business, healthcare, professional skills and trades, public service. It's across the spectrum of all the different types of occupations that are available.
If everything goes well, we'll go back to be, if not #1, top 5 growing city in the United States.
And another crucial component to the success of our economy will be education. Both Dr. Lee and De La Garza say that outreach to middle and high school students, the workforce of the future, is going on now. And those programs are focusing on skills, trades, and careers on the rise, along with incentives to get them to stay in or go back to school. Lee?